Hey guys, it's Diana, Art by Diana Myers on Facebook, and tonight it's Paint Crate with me. Been kind of busy. Got a big festival, wine festival coming up Saturday. So today I'm trying to keep it simple. I had a couple things thrown in the group tonight. I had planned on doing some framing. I did some, well I have some framed. I didn't order the right stuff. So it's here tomorrow, so I'll be doing it tomorrow night, the day before, right? Never fails. But I got everything done. I did a few paintings. I'm going to raffle off. Well, not really raffle. I trade them for emails. And I got another painting to see if I can sign up. I got a class going on in a restaurant near here, and it needs some sign-ups. So I made a big one. We'll put that up. And flyers for my business and all that stuff. So I've been doing that. Anyways, if you've never been here before, I am an acrylic painter. I teach with acrylic. I'm self-taught, and I know that you struggle with painting, and when you first start out, there's a lot of ins and outs, and that's what I do. I help you through it. I help you become more skilled and inspired and confident. And there's a whole group of us here. We've got a pretty good sized group. And I have a free group called the Artsy Rose shop or group. I'm going to put the link up here for you. I've been doing this online now about, well, I think the one group was 5 years, the other one is 4. I started this like 6 years ago, so I think it went up right. And I'll pin it to the group. How about that? Oh, that's even better. So, like I said, I've never been here before to kind of follow along, but I do all kinds of stuff, mostly acrylic painting, and I have an advanced group that you can join if you want to learn a little bit more, which was open just recently. I've been doing a lot of paintings for my paint parties. I did this one on wood. We do a lot of different things in here. I do tracers, and we also do stencils. I am an ambassador for Essential Stencil, so today I'm going to do some stenciling with their stencils, and these are all on sale. And this one's an art one. I'm going to show you what I have in mind. But if you're an artist, I'm going to make a sign for my door. And then if you're a sewer, which my youngest daughter is, this would be good for her sewing room. She's got a loft apartment, but she could use it later. And then the other one is, if you have a gardener in the family, this would be nice too. You know, Mom's garden or something. Nana's garden or Gigi's garden, you know. So what I got is just a little old piece of, which I'd never seen at the Dollar Tree, a square one, which is highly, I even found some round ones, which is highly unusual. I'm never that lucky, usually I order stuff. But I got this piece of wood. I'm going to put that right in the middle, and I taped down. I'm going to keep this, so I'm taping that down so it's out of the way. I don't think I'm going to do a ribbon or anything, but what I think I'm going to do is, my plan is I'm going to paint it white, and around the edges either blacken it with something, either with a palette knife or a brush, just around the edges, so that this fits in the middle. And I'm going to stencil that on. But before I do that, I think I'm going to try to drop like my primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, so it looks painted. I think I might splash them on, so it'll be a little messy, and then do this last, which I think I'm going to do in black. So I think it'll look pretty cool. So, and then I could at some point write whatever information I want on the bottom, you know. So anyways, let me turn this around. Let me see if I can get you up here. Messages. Am I on here? Am I on here? Please be up. There I am. There I am. Turn around. So if you're interested in getting any of these stencils, it is Essential Stencils is the name of the company. Essential Stencils online. And you can use my discount code, which I'm going to put in here right now in the comment section. Online. And you can use my discount turn the sound up, Diana. Okay, go back. And I'm going to put in Diana's Deals, all capital letters, all together. D-I-A-N-A-D-E-A-L-S. discount code. When you're checking out, just put it in and it will come up. Discount code, oops, at checkout. And they are having a sale, so whatever the sale is, it's an additional 10%. I just ordered some more stuff. I ordered some really cool stuff. I gotta tell you, they got this red, white, and blue truck. It is so, I wasn't gonna order, but it was just, I like trucks. It was just too cute. So that's gonna be another door hanger. I have one other, I did one last year, that goes in the front door. I need one for the back door, so that was the excuse. Then they got this like rippled, tattered flag, and I got a plan for that. And then there was some Halloween discounts for $5 and $10. Then you get your 10% off. So, you know, they had quite a few markdowns on there. So there was a lot of stuff. So if you get a chance to go on over and take a look. That's the end of that spew. So let me do this. So we're gonna paint it white first, and then I'm gonna dry it with my dryer. I'll get a big old flat brush. My water is so dirty, so I'm sorry. If you see any just discolored over here. Oh, this one's gotta be washed. I stuck it in wrong, right? Yeah, I did. Betsy, can you get me some water? There's one of my paint buckets in the back of the sink. It's a clear glass one. I think I stuck the paintbrush in wrong. It's on top of the other paintbrush, so it dried out. And it's a good one. It's all right. I've got plenty of brushes, guys. Lots and lots of brushes. So let's get a big one. I got over here. I use this one. That's good. Thank you. Good. Always think I'm ready. I've got all my brushes over here. I got rid of some of my buckets of brushes because I was just knocking them all over this room in here. And I was like, you know, do I need all these out? I have like a bucket full of oil brushes, which I gotta fix. So I'm gonna get back into oil paint. I used to be an oil painter for 20 years. Then I got a bucket with all my big brushes for my big projects, right? You will see I love to paint, and I paint everything. You paint along with me. I teach you what I know. I've been painting for over 40 years now. I mean, I'm old enough. And I started as an oil painter. There wasn't all this stuff, the tracers and all this stuff. If there was, I didn't know of it. I didn't have any money anyways, but there was just something for me to do. My husband was in the Navy, and actually it was a pretty cheap hobby now I think about it, but oil paints last forever. Just forever, I'm telling you. I got some here that are gotta be, they came up to South Carolina with me like 30 something years ago. I still got a few of them hanging out. So if you don't use a lot of one color, as long as you close it up, it'll last. But anyways, I do our acrylics now, but I started using our acrylics there for a bit before I got hired with painting with Twist because I'm a fast painter. So I was looking for something that was bright, cheerful, and they are. You know, the thing is with them too, if you're not good at mixing colors, I mean, I am, but you know, if you're not, it doesn't matter because there are so many colors now that you don't have to worry about that. I use them a lot. I teach with the acrylics, with the Deco Art paints. You'll see that's what I use to teach with. Good paint. They're a good paint, absolutely. So I put it on pretty thin only because I find with the stencils, if you get it on too thick, it will lift off. And the other thing is make sure it is dry. So I'm getting my blow dryer out, I'm gonna dry it. I've been rearranging my room. I'm doing a pretty good job here, but I got underneath my table here pretty stuffed up with stuff here. I got a couple buckets I gotta clean out still. But yeah, I finally got my shelf rearranged. This works. Oh no. Oh. Plugged in, right? I'll make a layer out of me. I had it all plugged in. Hold on, guys. I rearranged all my cords over here, which is a project. But I guess we're just gonna have to wait this out because I don't think I got this plugged in on the other side. Been rearranging everything. I'm gonna change this table out. So, you know, we're just gonna do the old-fashioned way. So, after we dry this out, like I said, we're going to darken it with black around the edges. And I'm going to do primary colors. I'm going to drop them on. And then we're going to do that stencil in the middle. So that should be pretty cool. I also have an ATC group, which was in the group. They used to have chats in the groups, that took them out. So now they're over on Messenger. This is some of the girls sent me. Lori sent me one of her ATCs. You're right there. You can. The fun thing about these is, this is a rub off, is you can learn all kinds of art. You could do stenciling, you could do rub offs, painting, watercolors, decoupage, collage, paper, all kinds of stuff, and it's fun. And there's a lot of groups now. Didn't used to be. There is now, but there isn't many of us in this group. I know there was like 50. I'm not sure what there is now. I think there's like 14 or 15. But you gotta ask. I gotta get you over in there because we made it private so we could keep our stuff in there. Anyways, we're over there once a month. They give out a prize, and I send them all cards. They send me cards, send them cards, and I pick out a winner. Then in my free group, I also do a challenge every month, and this month's mostly flowers, spring flowers, and then I give a prize up. So that's what's mostly like supplies, or sometimes I do artwork. I do a lot of small artwork in these classes. I don't do a lot of paintings. I do it in the other group only because I have to keep all that stuff, and I am like chock full of paintings. So I'm looking for another place to sell again. So I'm hoping I can sell it through down at the Wine Fest in Saturday. This is feels kind of dry. Oh, it's not dry yet. Let's see if I can plug this in. Yeah, so it's a fun time over there. It's a nice group of girls. Let's see if I can plug this in over here. I didn't plug it in. I got all the cords together like I wanted. Got them clipped together with a clip. And last year, I took one of those big plug things and I wired it to the leg of my table, which was the smartest thing I ever do because I kept knocking plugs out. I still do, but not like I was. I can plug this in. Hold on, guys. Not like I was. Nope, we might have it. No. So much for being ready, right? How come it's not? Is that the wrong plug? It might be. Well, where's the and? Let's try just plugging the cord in directly. So much for being ready, right? How come it isn't working? It's not my plugs. My plugs are good. Everything's brand new, actually. Moved in here like a year ago. Let me see. Now, what's this go to? Okay, just put that in there. Let's take that out. Plug ain't gonna fit. Oh. Well, come on. I need to put in plugs. Well, it's probably dry by now, guys. I can't figure out what I got going on here. Something's wrong. I'm all clipped together. So all my stuff came on. I hope my blow dryer isn't broken. Not that old. Sure hope it's not broken. Maybe this is the cord right here, but I'm getting the wrong place. That wouldn't be a good thing, right? There we go. That's the wrong cord. So So now I got another problem. This is the cord to my thing. My iPad's got 100%. But as a rule, you have to always keep your phone plugged in. If you guys ever digital creator and you use your iPhone or whatever, it always uses so much juice, it'll just, the sound will go, it'll come up, you know, low, whatever. Alright, so I got my dryer going. Sorry about that. This is live TV. Remember way back, well, I don't know if you guys that old, a lot of us, but when we were kids, everything was live, you know. Jackie Gleason show, Lucille Ball show, things would happen, and they just would go with the flow. Because that was comedy, was different. I don't think anybody ever died on one of those shows, but I wonder. Just making sure this is dry, because like I said, if this is too thick or it's not dry, your stencil don't do so good. I have had the paint come up. These are good stencils, but they're here. I don't think anybody's on yet anyway. Anybody's working. Nobody's on yet. Just me. Anybody else rewatchers? Just put hashtag rewatch, you guys. I'm on early. Real early. About 10 minutes early. Alright, so let's let the middle part dry. Real hot dryer. Turn this back around. Let's stay on. We had a lot of storms up here last week. Thursday night, I got thrown up here 3 times. Storms, I don't know what was going on. I know that part of the country was out. It was a week before. Facebook wasn't even working, I guess. And there's been problems, but last week was top the icing. There was icing on the cake. Alright, so I'm gonna get some black. You know, same thing. Deco Art, Americana, Deco Art. It's your Americana line, but let's see if I can. I'm gonna go around the outside of this. Let that dry. I'm gonna put some the primary colors, red, blue, and yellow. And this, I'm gonna get this out so I can see where it's gonna be. Get a pencil. I don't want to go past this. Just kind of mark it off where it's going to be. Won't really matter, but center a little bit. Then I want to get me around. I can probably go right back to that big brush. Let's dry it off. Now the thing with the stencils is, it's not like a paintbrush. You don't wet it first. You put on your stencil marks with a dry stencil. Okay, where are they? You never use a wet stencil brush because it will leak underneath your stencil. Let me find my brushes. Where are you guys? Said so much for being ready tonight. Get them in their own package where they put them. All I need is one. I got an older stencil I can use that too. Oh, I got a couple of the other bigger ones. These are stencil brushes. These are essential stencil. They're all beat up because I use them a lot. I just bought a set of new ones. I don't know where they are. Alright, so I got the brush dried off. I got to use some black. I'm going to kind of dry brush this on, so you need kind of a dry brush. So this is just around the edges, not stencil. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of come in like this. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I was going to do a pillow knife. It's supposed to be kind of artsy. It's an art room, right? Dry brushes creates that like fluffy look. If you don't like put it on real wet. Here, if I get this string wet, I can put a new piece on. See, I get that nice soft edge. So I'm gonna dry it again. Then I'll go back into the paint. Upload a little bit, you know, dab it on the side, in other words, and just come back in and just nice soft edges. You'll find that painting on wood is a little different than canvas. Not bad. And I'll tell you, these little dollar store things, I've done like the professional ones, and some can be a little rough. And these are not bad. I mean, I mean, as far as can't use them outside, even if I did one where I put the stuff on it, you know, polyurethane. They're just too thin to hold up, you know. But as far as inside stuff, they're pretty smooth. It takes the paint a little differently, but seems to absorb, if it's you know, sanded pretty good, it absorbs better. I think they do a good job of it. They're not real thick, but then, you know, this is going on like a door, an inside door, so does it really matter, you know? So get it as even as you can. You want to flick into the painting. See what I did? Get it as even as you can. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to dry this out first. Let's see what I'm going to do with that flag. I've seen something interesting. It's very similar. They did like a rainbow thing, and then they put the American flag over it. You got to see it. It's like a sky. I think that's what I'm going to try doing. I don't know if it'll work, but I think it might. Sometimes you get ideas in your head. You got to give them a try, right? So I'll tell you the good way of not getting your water so bad, dirty, is to wipe the dark colors off, especially then it won't get as bad. All right, so now let's dry that. Go this way so you can see. Hope you can see. A little thickness to it. I think I'm going to have to kind of paint down these sides a little bit. Oops, what I did. I'm having a good old time here. I'm just going to kind of paint these sides up a little bit. Fix up that white piece, a little white thing. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I hate when you set a painting up and you can see the sides around and stuff. That one I did, I was going to paint it by the side just to keep it white, so I just touched up where I touched it with my hands. It's fine. The wine bottle that I did. Paint that piece of string there black. Take some white. Get fix that spot. I dripped some paint on it off my paintbrush. Just fix it up with some white. That covered it up pretty good. There you go. Much better, much better. There you go. All right. Let's give this a good dry. So now I want some primary colors. I need a red. It's a neon yellow. This is kind of a cool yellow. And then I think I have a big thing of red. I got a red, and then I need a blue. Here's a blue. It's actually called Vivid Blue. So I'm going to do one of each color, and that'll give me some of my primary colors. You know, primary colors, they're the three colors that you mix every color in the world from. Your primaries are blue, and yellow, and red. Blue and yellow make green. Yellow and red make orange. And in different combinations, you get all different colors. Those will be your secondary colors. Red. This red's kind of getting sticky. I'm going to get it out. I might have to get it out with a palette knife. Let me get a palette knife. Get it out with a palette knife. Take me 20 minutes to get it out if I don't. There you go. Hey. Alright. Granddaughter out there. Alright, so I'll get me like a kind of a smallish round brush, and I'm going to wet down these colors. Take a little bit of this red, make a little soup bowl of red. Get it kind of sloppy, about, I don't know, for every slop of color, use 2-3 slops of water, and so that it will, you know, drop onto the canvas. So you can check by simply, let me show you. Just by going like this. See if it's moving. That's all you gotta do. Just push it with your finger. Yeah, or you could even use 2 brushes before you get to the canvas. Then you can just start putting on your color. Now I'm not worried about the middle getting it once in a while. I want it to show, so. Little soupier, not too soupy or it won't be red, it'll be see-through. You can even do this number. That other color is my dirty paint water. Not a good thing. There you go. What I want. And then I'm going to dab up some of that dirty paint water. I don't want that. And I'm gonna actually take the end of my brush and make some more red dots. Little tricky trick. Make some more red dots wherever you need them, because we are making kind of a paint palette, I guess, some colors. Okay, so now we're gonna do the yellow. We're gonna rinse the brush off. And we're gonna do the blue. Same thing. Just 1 slop of blue, 2, 3 slops of water. Go into the bowl a couple times, or your bucket. Same thing. Make sure you get a good amount on it, 'cause it's not going to show up on the blue as well, but it will show up. Give it a slop. You're out shopping? Awesome. What you shopping for? Groceries? I went out, what's today? I went out yesterday. I went out to Costco. It was a zoo. I've never seen it that busy there. Oh my God. It was unbelievable. I just recently got a thing there. I used to have one. But I have one of those insurance cards that puts a little grocery on there. You could use it for lots of other stuff. But I use it like at Walmart, so Walmart's ain't getting it no more. And I don't know why. I'm thinking maybe because of what's going on, the stores closing. I don't know. There's a guy at a Costco, and I had a BJ's, and I've been wanting to join Costco again, so it was a good reason. You get like $63. Stupid. It's like it's just an insurance thing. So do you want this free money? Yes. They also, Wellcare also does this thing. If I do my survey, they give me a $100 Walmart card. I'll do that too. So that's where I was yesterday. I got a few deals. So now I'm doing the yellow. So now I got all my primary colors. I think this looks pretty cool, guys. But I really got to make sure it's really dry before I put that one stencil on, okay? I think I want a little more red. So I'm going to just like take this. Oh, it's really pouring out. Holy sugar. Can you guys hear it? You hear that, Bethy? Wow. You hear that rain? Boy, we're going to have floods. You watch. This is like a water. Syracuse has the Finger Lakes. We got a little lake right here. We got ponds, rivers. 3 rivers is right here. All these. Oh my God, there's a lot of them. So and I live a little farther out in the country now, so my yard turns into a swamp. Plants seem to like it though. It gets real dry out front. See, I'm just kind of going through and adding some more color where I want it with the end of my brush. Alright, so now we got a lot of color on here. Now we're going to need to dry it. And then I'm going to put my stencil down. I found my small brushes I was telling you about. These are the coolest things, guys. Comes in a set. These are still dirty, but I can't explain this. Like really soft mohair or something. Really nice. I thought they were foam. They're not. They're just so tightly packed and soft that they really pick up the water and everything really well. The paint, you know. So I'm going to be really loud here for a minute and just do this. So that's my low setting, nice and hot. Now I think with a Posca pen I can put like art room or something. I haven't decided what I'm putting yet. Diana's studio or something. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I got a white Posca pen. I could do it on the black part. Yeah, we did a little stocking up. Let me tell you something, the prices are definitely up. Little tiny piece of steak, $65. $65, we couldn't believe it. I mean, a week ago it was like $35. We had picked up a couple of roasts. I thought that was high, but I cut it up small and we split it up, so it's not too bad. But I said I ain't paying that. I'll eat fish. Fish is up too, though. I eat a lot of fish, so it's okay. Ridiculous. Even the chicken was up. They're having a sale at this one store. If it's not done, I might look and see if they got any hamburger on sale. But I can live without it. I can eat beans and eggs, and I eat sandwiches. I'm good. It's not the end of the world, but I refuse to pay that much money. I just refuse to. Yeah, we're out shopping. Prices are up. Boy, look at that rain. Now, guys, if I happen to shut off, I will try to come back on, okay? Like I told you, last Thursday night, was it last Thursday night? 3 times I got thrown off. 3 times. I never hit. Twice a couple times, but never 3 times. Let this dry a second, and then I'm going to put the stencil on. But there's 3 stencils in this kit. So if you know somebody that's a sewer, it's like antique sewing machine, which I think is adorable. You could do that on a sign. And then there's a wheelbarrow with flowers, which I think would be really pretty. I might even just do it because I'm a gardener. I would love to see it. But isn't that pretty? I might do something with it for my daughter. I have daughter sews, so they all crochet and do different things. So, and here's the one like you could do for a gardener, or even like cards or something. So these are reusable. They're pretty heavy duty. They come in a nice package, and they come in the mail. These really like super heavy bubble wrap, and I don't know, sure, they're over here. I just stored a bunch of them that you could leave them in. You know what I mean? Here's one. No, that's not it. Anyways, so they come in a nice package so you can store them. And if you ever get a chance to buy these brushes, buy the brushes. I got a good deal because I had some stencil bucks coming, so I had $10, so I got $10 off these. I think they run about $14 without the discounts. So, but I really like them. I'm impressed. But they were on the waiting list like twice. I should tell you, it's been 3 times now. So I'm raffling this off at the fest for emails. I do email lists now. Pull the name Sunday, and then yeah, I got another one over there I did, but it's way over there. I'm gonna try to get some more people in this one show that I'm doing in a restaurant here. So they haven't had many sign-ups, but I know sometimes that happens. So I'm hoping I can get them a few sign-ups. So. Put those away. I have some older ones. They have the bigger ones too. They're pretty decent though. All right. Still a little wet. I'm just gonna be kind of excited. I'm a little nervous too. I haven't done a big one like this. I'm gonna take some Tylenol with me, and my comfy Crocs, and my chair so I can sit down, and you know, whatever I need. I got a little sore on one foot. I don't know what that started. I had a corn removed in the bottom of my foot from the podiatrist, and it's sore. And I'm like, I wore a different pair of shoes, a new pair of shoes I got. I didn't think they bothered me. Yesterday, I'm like, what? I thought I had dropped some jelly beans on the floor, and I thought maybe, you know, that wasn't it. So I got the mirror, I looked underneath my foot. It's a sore, it's that callous. So I put some antibiotics on it, and, you know, peroxide, and wrapped it up in a nice pair of socks, and it feels better, but I don't know. So I'm gonna take that stuff with me. My other sister's going, she wanted to go, so I have 2 sisters are going with me. They're gonna have fun. I still don't know where we're supposed to park, so I'm just gonna park. I'm hoping he's got a pass paper, an all-day pass. I think we better take 1 card. I usually have a lot. I ain't got as much stuff as I usually take. So I might still need to get I have a little cart I pull, I take all my artichokes. But as soon as this one's done, I'm going to start looking to make another one. Start calling around. I thought I might have one at the campgrounds too, so I got to call her back, see if they picked out a family. Keeps me out of trouble. Sometimes. Alright, so let me see if we get this on here. I think it still might be damp, but I think it's okay. So here it is. So if you guys are thinking about buying these stencils, like I said, Diana's deals, I put it in the comment section. All big letters, right at checkout. And if there's a sale, it'll give it to you on top of the sale, which is so nice. Because sometimes, you know, companies will say, oh no, you already got a discount, you can't get this discount. They don't do that. So, Lisa and I, it never happened to me, so. Alright, so let me use a smallish one. This is nice. Sometimes the big ones are so big, and if you want to do different colors, you can't because, I mean, you can, but it gets like, you gotta kind of be careful. So I'm gonna do this big, no, it does have flowers on it. It didn't dawn on me. So let's do, I didn't realize it had flowers on it. Yeah, so let's go into the black paint. Like I said, don't wet it, it's dry. Make sure this needs to be clean. That one needs to be clean. Let me, put a clean one, there you go. Go into the black. Then you offload it. You go into the black color, then offload it. And you know it's right because there won't be, it'll like break off. That's what you want. I call it stippling. And I'm gonna literally just, now some people just go on like that. I don't like to do that. I think I'm going to leave these out and put those colors I use on up here. Is that a good idea? I didn't wash that one brush. Just too many things. They clean pretty good though, because I got my alcohol, it'll clean anything. I usually wipe them off with a wet wipe, but sometimes I don't do like I'm supposed to. So my trick is, now just wipe this off. Don't put it in the water. So take alcohol. Take that brush, got it wet, gonna go right into the alcohol, right into the bottle, give it a smush, and I'll start working it into the brush. And I'm like, take this and go put it in the sink. I see it already loosened up all the little bristles. Oh, Diana. All right, so I'm gonna let that sit with it on there. Go back to my small brush, and I think I'm going to go right ahead and do this flower in the blue. Okay, small brush. No, in a red. What am I talking about? I'm going to do this in red. Just kind of dab up and down. I suppose you wouldn't have to do all this, but I'm going to. Do it a couple times. We got some leaves on here. We're going to do that with green, right? Gotta find some green now. This nice bright green here I got. It's called Fairway Green. Fairway Green. It's a green. Don't need much. I'll wipe that brush off again. Just wipe it off. Don't ever stick it back in the water. I'm going to use the same one, so I'm just going to wipe it off as good as I can. You can use a wet wipe. I'm just using a towel. Go into that green, offload it. Then I'm going to do my little bees. Offload. Go over them one more time to get them greener. I'll do that center in the yellow. I'll do one of these in yellow. I'll do one in blue. One, and I'm just wiping it off as I go. Do one in red. Do one in green. Do another one in green. There you go. And now, I think what I'm going to do is, let's fix this up a little bit. Oops, needs to be a little more yellow. I am going to highlight those stems right there. See, I can do those with a brush, paintbrush. Just pull up and quick right away from you. There you go. Oh, that's so cute. You gotta wipe that off with a wet wipe, which I got right here. Cute, huh? Cute. Let it dry, and then I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna take a Posca pen, which you gotta do dry on dry acrylic paint, and I'm gonna put in whatever. I'll take a picture after, and you can watch me do that. I'll sit right here and clean my brushes off for a second, and my top of my thing, and then I'm thinking, oh no, that showed up good. Those lines showed up good, didn't they? They showed up. I could fill them in if I wanted to, but I don't think I'm gonna. I was gonna fill them in. I think they're fine. Just taking my thing and just kind of making sure it's soft out. I'm going to take them out of the sink as soon as I'm done. Alright, and then I can just kind of wipe this off. It's still a little bit damp. I'll take this right off the sink right with them and wash these too. Get most of it off. Loosen it up. This will go right out to the sink too. Came out cute though, huh? See, now I got these little Posca pens, like this, and on the dries I can write in, I don't have to write anything, I mean, obviously it's for art, I think I'm just going to write like Diana, maybe, or Diana's studio. Diana's classroom, how about that? I'd like that. Let me put Diana's classroom. I like that. Alright, that's a good idea. My classroom is technically my bedroom, but you know, they don't know. Nobody knows that except for you. Is that cute or what? I thought that was a good idea. I got a few that I want to fix up a little bit. So just add more if you want to. And you can put a few stickers on here. You could do lots of stuff. Lots and lots of stuff. I like the splash mark, so that's a good idea. So that's it for tonight. And like I said, if you got anybody that's into sewing or gardening, they have the gardening one. It's the same kit, same one. I want to say this is around, it was on sale for like $11.01 and I got 10% off, so whatever that is. And you get 3 stencils. It's a good idea. So there's the, for somebody that sews. And here's the one for somebody who is a gardener. I really like this one. I want to do something with that for me. So, because I'm a gardener, as you know. And really cute. Show you again. I'm gonna wait for it to dry. I don't want to lose my pen. That's really cute, guys. It's really cute. I got invited to the Essential Stencils group. It was like 600. I'm a, what do they call me? Ambassador. So, the last 2 things I put on there, they went gaga. Now, one of the other girls that is in this group with me, and the other group that I am, the paint party group, she, last year, maybe the year before, she designed, she loves dragonflies, and she invented some for them. But now they got teaching classes on that group. So I imagine they give her some kind of kickbacks or something. So I don't know what they do, but you know, it doesn't pay like real good. I get a little check in my PayPal once a month or whenever anything sells, but it's like, well, last month it was lunch money. Usually it's coffee money. So, you know, but I enjoy doing it, and I consider them art. You know, I'm a big time artist, been doing it forever. Anything that's going to teach you placement and colors and how to use your hands and your brushes and everything that counts, you get out of a stencil. You don't have to learn how to draw real good, but you do get like proportion, size, and contrast, mixing colors, all that stuff that counts. So I consider it art. So you don't think it is? Like tracers, a lot of people think tracers aren't art, but tracers have kind of been used for a long time. Same thing like I do that. I have a thing that lights up. I get images on the big canvases when I do my paint your pet parties. And same thing, they used to use like the light of a window and, you know, all different things way, way, way back. So anything that's going to help you do the art, it doesn't matter. They use rulers and, you know, anything that's going to help you get there. It all counts. When you get done, if it looks like a piece of art, guess what? It's art. So, and I love that, you know, somebody who's a new beginner and they're just learning to do art and they can use a stencil and they have a piece of art. I mean, that's why I like teaching the paint parties. I design paintings that are easy to do for that reason. So when they get done, they paid that $35-40, they got something they can use. I mean, they get one or two, they help them. But usually, most of the time, everybody's happy. I mean, you always see the pictures of my classes. They all look great, you know. So anyways, guys, have a great afternoon. I will see you next week. And I'm going to post pictures as I'm doing the party. We're going to be busy. I have my sisters do it. And I'm going to put it on my art page so you'll see I'll be posting pictures of what's going on. So it's all day. It runs, well, I got to get there early, about 11. But it starts at 1. It goes until 9 o'clock. We got to clean up and be out there by 10:30. So luckily my sisters are going to be with me. So it'll be a fun day. So anyways, guys, I'll see you later. Have a great night and a nice weekend. And I hope inspiration finds you wherever you go. And guys, make art. Make lots and lots of art. Bye, guys. Bye.